Hello everyone, it's Durward back here on the Aikido Virtual Dojo channel. And there are many people that say that Aikido looks like waves, which has a good reason. Because there are many dynamics and many qualities in Aikido that actually look and actually feel and even have the properties of waves. So today we're going to take a very interesting look at waves in Aikido.
Like Durward said, today we'll be talking about waves in Aikido and what we call the power of waves, or the power that is coming from the waves moving through our body and extending also. And the thing is that we talk a lot about center in Aikido, that we need to be grounded, we need to have a strong center, and the center is the point from which actually the movements start, where we accumulate the energy and from which we send the energy to do techniques, to do movements in Aikido. And this energy from the center, we can imagine that it's going out through our arms, hands when we do techniques. We begin the movement with the center, we move from the center and trying to create the technique and influence the uke, our partner. Now, if we can use waves to send this energy out from the center into this contact, or even extending beyond this contact point, that becomes normally more powerful. And we want to show you today a few examples, what it looks like, what is the difference between doing just the simple movement and creating this wave, and how the waves can work in a technique. So we will show you a few examples of techniques where we create this wave to get a certain effect with the uke. So let's have a look at some practice with a partner. As a first example, let's visualize the effect of the wave in the movement with a simple exercise with a bokken. So Durward will just hold a bokken against me without doing anything special. Now if I would like to enter, I cannot enter directly because the bokken is in the way. So maybe I want to open up the way and create some space for me. Now, there are basically two ways I could do it with a hand. Okay, it's not a sword, it's not sharp, I can use my hand. If I try simply to push it away, I might create an effect, and maybe we will turn a little bit so with an angle to the camera so that you can see it a bit better. So I can create, trying to push it away, I can create an effect here where the bokken goes a little bit to the side, but then it immediately comes back at me. Okay. Now, if I use this wave principle coming from the center, what I will do actually is move my center down and create a wave which will go through my body, my shoulders, and my arm. And the wave will express out of my hand. So when I do this kind of movement, you can see that the effect is stronger. And even if Durward comes back at me at the end, it takes more time, the bokken goes more to the side, and it takes more time for him to come back, so I have a longer opening where I can enter. And I use actually less force, because here I need to use some force, and actually it starts hurting on the hand. Here, I don't really use force. I send this movement out of my body. It's referring also a little bit to the extension video that Durward was explaining recently on our channel. We will link it in the description. Because the wave is going through my body, but when it's extending beyond and it's leaving with his bokken, actually. So it's similar when we practice with two bokkens. I do the same opening. I mean, it was easier maybe to make it visible with a hand, but here I do the same opening. I don't just push away his bokken, because it doesn't bring much, but I do this kind of slicing movement, but it's coming from the center. And it's creating this wave that is then pushing his bokken away to the side and allowing me to attack. We are also preparing a video about the Sanjuichi no Kumijo, which is based on the Sanjuichi no Jo kata, so the one with the 31 movements, which was already, the kata was already covered on our channel. The Kumijo will come soon, so stay tuned. And in the beginning of the Kumijo, there is also a movement where actually let's go this way. After the first movement, when Durward is attacking, I go to the side, he blocks, and then he attacks again. I protect myself here, behind, underneath the jaw. And there's a movement where I turn around the jaw and push away Durward's jaw before attacking again. And this movement, again, the best way or the most powerful way to do it is to create this wave coming from the center and going through the arms and through the jaw. And here, if I just try to push away, there is almost no effect. But when I use this wave, with much less energy, I can even get the jaw out of the attacker's hands. We can see the waves also in the hand-to-hand techniques in the tachiwaza. And for example, if we take the Ushiro Ryote Dori attack, so Durward is attacking from behind, holding both of my hands. So I slide back, preparing to move out of this grab. And this movement, when I turn towards Durward, towards the uke, is actually also a wave going through my body. So I start with the foot. I start turning the foot. Knees, hips, back, upper body, and extension of the wave going through my hands. And this is actually creating the space that is protecting me from any other actions from Durward. So if I just turn around here, go out, and stay here, he can push me away, he can continue his attack. But through this wave, extending from our body to Durward's body energetically, I send this energy back into him. So of course, I can do it in a way where I push him away like he left now, but when I want to continue with a technique, I will reduce this impact slightly just to hold on, and so that he can hold on and I can continue with a technique. We could probably continue talking about waves in Aikido for hours, but we don't want to make this video too long. So we will cover one more example of a wave, which is maybe less physical and a little bit more on the energetic level. So we're talking about, or Durward was talking recently in the video about extension, about this simple exercise, simple movement, where you move to the side and extend into the partner, bringing him down on the tatami. So one aspect of this movement is the extension, but the other aspect of this movement is also the wave. Actually, if we apply the wave in a kinonagare situation, so I move to the side, I enter into the center, but I'm using a wave here. So there is a wave coming from the receiving hand and moving to the other side of my body. So this wave is actually going from one side to the other. It's not moving from my body outside, but it's crossing my body. And I'm just thinking about the best angle to show it, maybe a bit more like this. And in the end, when there is a strong intention of the attack, of course, if the attacker doesn't really intend to attack, he's just doing a grab, it will not work. But if there is a strong intention to attack and an active and receptive consciousness of the situation and of the risks that he will react to, when we do it with a bit more energy, we can actually bring him down even before he touches me, or just with a very slight touch. I don't really need to enter. I enter in a way, but not physically. But there is a wave coming here at him from my other side. And this wave, energetic wave, is actually pushing him away. Just because he wants to protect also his integrity and his body. So if there is something coming towards the face, you want to protect your eyes, you want to protect your face. So if you are attentive to this kind of things, if you pay attention to this kind of things, you will react, you will move away, not to get hit. Okay, and this is also achieved through this kind of wave, small wave coming, beginning here, small wave, getting bigger, and then the big wave coming in, like in the ocean, when you receive a wave, it pushes you away. So we hope you found this video interesting and you learned something new about the waves and ocean and our bodies and the movements. We'll be doing more videos like this, talking again a bit more about the non-technical aspects of Aikido, or what is actually hiding behind the techniques, behind the movements, why they can be very efficient when applied. So if you like this kind of videos, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, give us some love and gratefulness, and we'll continue doing it for you. Thank you.